What is up, YouTube? I'm the original Renaissance man, Devon DaVinci, and you're watching DaVinci Reacts. Now, before I get into this video, make sure you go to my Twitter page, at Devon_DaVinci, and make sure you vote inside the Name the Community poll. Right now, the final round is taking place. The two names that are currently duking it out for the final name is Codebreakers and the Renaissance Crew. So make sure you cast your vote so that you will have your say in what the name of the community is going to be for the foreseeable future. Anyway, with that being said, it's time to check out the legendary Chapelle. Now, this is from not a segment, a special they did a long time ago. I do remember seeing this. I don't really know exactly. I don't remember this segment right here, though. This is Men and Women Psychology. It'll probably come to me as I listen to it, but yeah, I don't really remember this at all. As you guys know, Dave Chappelle is an absolute legend. One of the greatest sketch comedy shows of all time. He wasn't the first sketch comedy. There was a lot of sketch comedy before him. But like I said, it was one of the best ones as far as like iconic skits and things like that. And I think like after he left, it went to Carlos Mencia. But then after it was discovered that Carlos Mencia was a goddamn thief when it came to jokes and shit, it moved on to Key and Peele. Or at least I think. It might have been something in between there. But Key and Peele was the most recent one, and they were very successful with their sketch comedy show. Anyway, let's go ahead and check this out and see what it has to offer.
The only thing in our society that bothers me the most is the way that men and women don't get along no more. That's really what's bugging me about it. Men and women just don't get along. Like, I hear women say this all the time. I know a lot of you sisters be like, chivalry is dead. Don't you? Don't y'all feel that way? Like men aren't gentlemen anymore?
Okay, I remember this.
That's right. Chivalry is dead, and women killed it. There's a fundamental difference in the way we're going to see things. We're not going to see eye to eye on this issue. We're just not. Our tests in life are different. A woman's test in life is material. A man's test in life is a woman.
For the most part,
now,
that's
by
true.
test, I mean that those are the things that we desire. Men have nice cars, not because they like nice cars, because they know women like nice cars.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, the only thing a dude wants is maybe a fast car. Like, honestly, we don't really care too much about the way a car looks. If it gets to point A to point B and it has like some power behind it, we're cool with it.
That's how it goes. Because men are hunters, and the car is the bait. And a woman comes and says, ooh, nice Porsche. Gotcha, bitch. That's how it is. That's true. Come on now, you go to a woman's house, her house be comfortable as shit. Women love comfortable surroundings, so men get comfortable surroundings. But let me tell you something. If a man could fuck a woman in a cardboard box, he wouldn't buy a house. But that's still not where chivalry got killed. Chivalry got killed by the feminist movement on the magazines that got women going crazy, because women got too much advice about men from other women. And they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And it's true. I see this shit in the magazines. I don't read them, but I be seeing the cover. I be in the grocery store, fellas, you look at one of the magazines like, what is this? And they say on the cover, 100 Ways to Please Your Man by some lady. Get out of here, man. Come on. Ain't no 100 ways. That list is 4 things long. Just suck his dick, play with his balls, and then fix him a sandwich and don't talk so much. And everything will be happy. And then the magazines trick the women. The magazines start picking at your self-esteem. Every page you turn, you start feeling fatter and uglier, and you feel like your clothes aren't good enough. And the magazines have you forgetting how fucking beautiful you are. And that's what happens. Now look what happens. And then you forget how beautiful you are, and we all suffer. If pussy was a stock, it would be plummeting right now because you flooded the market with it. You're giving it away too easy. I'm just being truthful. I'm just talking. It would plummet. You'd be watching the news today, pussy plummeted again on the NASDAQ. Gold is up 10 points. You can see it. You ever have this happen? This is how confusing it is. This is the practical application of what I'm talking about. Like a guy be out, this happens to a lot of guys. You be out at a club, bar, right? You're kicking with your boys, and a girl walks by, and man, she looks good. She looks good. Not good in that classical way. I mean, you know, I'm talking good like she got half her ass hanging out her skirt. Her titties are all mashed together, popping out the top of her turtleneck and shit.
It's funny. I always separate girls in 3 different categories. There's cute, there's sexy, and there's beautiful. Now, I mean, I'm not trying to objectify women or anything. It's just the way that I see it. Now, cute is something that, like, they have a pretty face, and it has that look that you want to, like, protect them. Like, they are just, they just have this, like, almost like, I can't say innocent, but they have, like, a look that's just, like, pretty. Sexy is, like, they have a lot of sex appeal. They might not be as pretty, but they have a lot of sex appeal. There's a lot of women that you might look at, they're like, oh, well, she's not really too cute, but I'd fuck the shit out of her. That's where sexy falls in. Now, beautiful is a combination of both. Now, that's a woman that's cute and sexy. They have both traits, and they have them both in abundance. So that's how I not categorize, but that's how I see women. Like, if I say someone looks cute, then chances are they don't have a lot of sex appeal, but they look pretty. If I say they look sexy, they don't have a lot of cuteness to them, but they have a lot of sex appeal to them. And beautiful is both. Just my 2 cents.
And you with your buddies, right? You with your buddies, you got a couple drinks in you, and you see a girl like this, you might try to talk to her. This might not come out right. I don't know what you say, but damn, look at them titties! The girl gets mad and says, wait a minute. Just because I'm dressed this way does not make me a whore. Which is true. Gentlemen, that is true. Just because they dress a certain way doesn't mean they are a certain way. Don't ever forget it. But ladies, you must understand that that is fucking confusing. Just is. Now that would be like me, Dave Chapelle the comedian, walking around the streets in a cop uniform. Somebody might run up on me. Oh, thank God. Officer, help us. Come on, they're over here. Help us. I'm like, oh, just because I'm dressed this way does not make me a police officer. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, all right, lady, fine. You are not a whore. But you are wearing a whore's uniform, I'll tell you that shit right. Little misunderstandings can happen. And then men, we misunderstand women a lot. You know, we always undermine their feelings. You can't do that to them. You can't, because, see, feelings are, you see how they're clapping? Feelings are very important to women. They are all important. I'm just learning this shit. Everything's based on how they feel. You can hear when they tell stories. You ever hear a man tell a story, it'd be just facts. Who, what, when, where, why. It was me and Bob, we was at Safeway. Then that nigga Bob said this, then I punched that nigga, and then I broke out. That's the story. That's the story. Women tell stories, all these feelings. Well, first of all, you have to understand, I was on my period, and I just talked to my mother, so I was feeling like, God damn, there's too many feelings. What the fuck happened? Get to it. But I gotta talk about them. Gotta talk about them. That's how they always get me. I'll be sitting there watching TV, chilling and shit. My old lady come up to me. David, we need to talk. Fuck! I don't say that out loud. That's how I feel inside. Because I know every time we need to talk about some shit that I gotta do. We don't ever have to talk about anything she needs to do. She leaves me defenseless. I have to do what I have to do. David, we need to talk. Nah. Don't do that to me, David. This is serious. Stop talking in that voice. No, see. I gotta do this, see. I complain, but I'm happy I'm with somebody. I don't want to be single. I don't like that. Sometimes you go to them single clubs, you see too much. I was on the road, one club, and I seen a thing they call a thong contest. Yeah, I seen a thong contest. Yeah, it's some scandalous shit, all right. I couldn't get over that, man. Because the DJ, I was dancing with a girl, and the DJ said, everybody that wants to be in the thong contest, please report to the DJ booth. The girl's like, excuse me. They put on that song, let me see some thong, 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 thong. Them girls was going off. Some of them pulled their pants down, some of them pulled their skirts up, all of them just shaking their butt. Some of them didn't even have underwear on, they was just fucking shaking their butt. I mean, really, I was fucking disgusted. But I couldn't turn away. But no, please, for the squeamish, just plug your ears. All right, one of the girls, you get so into it, there's no cops around, right? But she actually, I'm sorry to tell y'all this, she spreads her butt cheeks open. She spreads her butt cheeks open in the middle of a crowded disco, right? I was disgusted because I was like 10 yards away from her. I was like, oh my God. Is that her birth canal? Oh, it gets worse. Good God Almighty, is that a baby? I know that's gross. It's gross, because it was a baby. It was the same baby from the projects. She's like, I snuck in the club, nigga. I got that weed if you need me. Just pat on the ass, and I'll come out. Hey guys, thank you very much. Love you all. Thank you. Good night.
Hey, well, that's the legendary Dave Chapelle. Like I said, it's just funny. It's been such a long time since I've seen this, but yeah, I love the part about the baby in the projects and the being in the hood like early in the morning. Oh man, I'm sure there's some people that have stories like that nowadays with Uber being all big and shit. So I was actually about to do Uber, but I stopped because I started hearing some horror stories from it. I said, you know what? I will find another line of work. Anyway, that's been this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share. I wish there was more I can add to this, but there really isn't. I mean, I've already told you guys about how I feel about, well, fuck it. I mean, it's probably your first time seeing me, so let me go ahead and get into it. Everybody knows that I already feel like men, we have like this innate instinct to want to provide for a woman and things like that. And I can't really speak on what a woman's like innate instinct is, because that's something that a woman would have to tell. I can only tell you about what my perspective of what being a man is like. And like I feel like we have to be providers and things like that. I feel like it's something we should want to do. He had said earlier in the video, I don't know if it was this or if it was from the other special I just reacted to, but someone had mentioned something about oh yeah, he said chivalry is dead. So I think the reason why chivalry is dead is because nowadays women are becoming a lot more independent. They're not as fond of dudes just doing shit for them, and it's kind of like looked down upon for a woman to just like sit back and let a guy do everything. Like, come on, girl, you gotta be able to do something. You gotta be a strong woman. You gotta come out and you gotta be able to take care of yourself. And in a way, that's true. Like, a lot of people always think like, oh, well, in the past we could do this, but now we can't do it. So times are getting worse or something like that, or times are getting like, no, women always have had that feeling. It's just that we as men just had like such a control on like how women should be seen and the way women should act. Now they're starting to get like change, and it's like, okay, well, things are different now, and sometimes people look at it as a negative thing. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm not like, I believe in women's rights, of course. I think that every woman should have equal right to have every single opportunity in this country or any other country as a man does. I don't think they should have more rights like some feminists think. I just think that everybody should be even, and part of that is being able to give up some of the things that you were normally comfortable with. Like, the idea that women are going to be like house moms or housewives and they just sit home and take care of the family and clean and cook and shit like that, them days are over. Women are taking care of themselves. Women are going out and working, and we as men sometimes got to be willing to get into the damn kitchen and cook sometimes too. That's just what the fuck we got to do. And you'd be surprised, so cooking is fun, especially if you find a good recipe and you can manage to transform these ingredients into something that turns into a damn near work of art. That is something that you should look forward to. That goes with everything. Like, there are some people, I remember it's not recently. A lot of people don't have this way of thinking, but there's some people out there, especially like the older generation, that they'll look at like minorities and shit like that and be like, oh, well, they didn't get offended when we used terms like back then, like calling them like boy or saying like using the N-word and stuff like that. They weren't as offended then. Well, yeah, they weren't as offended then because back then if they said anything against you, they'd probably get fucking beat up or lynched or some shit. Yeah, it makes sense why they wouldn't say anything back then. They still felt the same way. It's just they would come home and be like, you wouldn't believe what the fuck this motherfucker said to me today. Now they can just say it to your face because there's not a fucking government or a system in place to fuck with them if in case they raise their voice to you. That's just how it is. Like I said, not a lot of young people don't believe this. Most young people, like, we've moved past that. Like, back in the day, people grew up like segregated. So a white person might think a black person acts a certain way based on what they hear from other white people or what they see on TV or something like that. But now with the generation that we're in now, because we've been like desegregated and everything else for the most part, white people have like grew up with black people, and same vice versa. Like, black people grew up knowing white people, so now like we understand. Oh, well, all that stuff that they believed back in the day, yeah, it's bullshit. I know a black person personally, and none of that shit's true. Or like, I had a video not too long ago where I was asking about the origins of the whole fried chicken watermelon stereotype, and there's a lot of white people that be in the comment section like, bruh, I like fried chicken and watermelon just as much as any motherfucker. I have no idea where that shit came from. So, you know, that it just comes down to intermingling with other cultures and people that you normally wouldn't have, and, you know, getting to know them, because a lot of times you'll be surprised at just how many like similarities you guys may have. Anyway, that's been this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and probably call it a day for now. I've reacted to enough videos. Try to get these bad boys out before the day's over. Anyway, I'm the original Renaissance man, Devon DaVinci, signing out, giving you the deuces. Peace.